Assalamu alaikum and Dzień dobry, everyone. Today's khutbah at Masjid An-Nur here in Des Moines was about controlling one's anger and why it is so important to do that, because if you get angry, you think irrational, you do things irrational, you stray away from what is true, what is right, and you may even forget about things you would normally remember when you're in a calm state. And he gave examples of what happens when you control your anger and when you do not. For instance, if he mentioned one of the Sahaba, speig. I can't remember the full name, but that's the name that's a part of the name that sticks with me. But he had a servant, and the servant was going to pour some water in Speig's cup, and the servant dropped the pitcher, and the Speig could have totally gone off on the servant, but instead he said something to the effect of, "I forgive you for the sake of Allah," and so that pretty much ended that. But if you do not control your anger, for instance, if it would have gone the other way, the guy could have gotten, the servant could have got the living crap beat out of him. But and the Imam mentioned different ways of calming yourself down. He even said, if you're angry about something, take a nap. If it's gone beyond to the point where if you can't cool yourself down by doing wudu or just sitting or getting quiet, but actually taking a nap, that could shut your brain down in a hurry. If you can try to get yourself to sleep for a little bit. And the other benefits of controlling the anger is you remember to say salam to your brothers and sisters when you meet up with them. If you do not say salam or greet your neighbor, your brothers and sisters, then if you are holding a grudge against someone for some small thing or just for no reason at all, you have to, you're carrying that sin. That sin is on you. Even if the other person wronged you, but if you do not forgive that other person and you keep it inside, it just boils up, and it could blow up in your face one day. So if you forgive someone who wronged you, or who possibly may have wronged you, even if nothing wrong happened, if you just let go of it, forgive someone, for the sake of Allah, then Allah will forgive you. And if you wrong someone and you get angry that way, you have to seek forgiveness too. And if the other person forgives you, then that should be the end of it. And the Imam said you should not be angry at someone for more than 3 days, because if you're angry at someone for more than 3 days, then it gets harder to get that out of your system. And he talked about how people, that someone is angry all the time at someone they know, they're nice to other people, but if they see a person that they are familiar with, either a friend, or coworker, relative, or whatever, and they still hold a grudge. But if they greet other people and be nice to them, but if they're not nice to this person they are angry at, if they don't let go of that thing that caused the anger in the first place, then it just boils up, and you know, it's that sin that's carried over until you repent of it and get rid of it. Because as the Imam said, everything you do, everything you say is written down by the angel on the right and the angel on your left. The angel on your right writes down everything good that you do and say. The angel on your left writes down everything bad that you do and say. So if you have more in the ledger or the record of the bad than the record of the good, then you're obviously not going to get yourself into Jannah. You'll end up in Jahannam, or hellfire. So you want to get to paradise. So in order to get to paradise, you have to, control along with the other things that Allah has enjoined on us. You have to control your anger. You have to forgive. You have to, accept forgiveness of someone when someone forgives you. And you have to be, nice to your brothers and sisters, whether you know them or not, regardless of what happens. So, the only thing you take with you to the grave is your deeds. And depending on what they are, the ratio of good to bad and how they're weighed in the scale on the day of judgment, that's how you know where you're going to end up for eternity. So if you want Jannah, you have to avoid all this bad stuff, all this bad blood, so to speak. And if someone does upset you, forgive that person. Find a way to make it up. In the same way, if you upset someone, make it up to them. Offer to make it up. If there's a way to do that, ask forgiveness. Repent to Allah, and then hopefully, inshallah, the other person will do the same thing and offer forgiveness. Accept your attempt to make up for the wrong, and you both come out to the end. So that was today's khutbah, and as always, if anything I say is wrong, it's totally my bad. Anything that's good is from Allah, because He's the source of all good. So I hope this helps you out, and assalamu alaikum, dovidzenja, and mi'asr mila.